Traditional Sakyan, or Yantra tattoos, are hand-etched into the skin using ancient geometric designs mixed with Buddhist prayers. They are believed to give the wearer magic powers associated with healing, luck, strength, and protection from evil. Buddhist monks originally engraved Sakyan into warriors seeking protection and strength in battle, often covering their entire bodies from head to toe in magic symbols to prevent knives and arrows from piercing the skin. No machines are used to create Sakyan. These traditional Thai tattoos are engraved into the skin using a long metal spike, or bamboo sharpened to a point. The needle is dipped into the ink and repeatedly jabbed into the skin by hand. This tattooing style, widely known among travelers to Thailand today, is linked to a tradition with ancient roots in Southeast Asia. Sak means tattoo, and Yan means yantra, or a mystical diagram found throughout Dharmic religion. These tattoos draw inspiration from Buddhist, Brahmin, and animist imagery, and incorporate sacred geometry and magical incantations, written in the Khmer version of Pali Sanskrit, known as Khom. While historians debate exactly when Thais began tattooing, the tradition is believed to be between 1 and 2,000 years old, with the first concrete evidence dating back to the time of King Naresuan Maharaj. During the golden age of the Anantha Empire, 1351 to 1767 CE, warriors took to the battlefield clad in suayant, or shirts covered in yant designs meant to protect them. Officials and civil servants from the period also wore sakyan to signal their status. Today, the sacred art form is most alive in Thailand, and to a lesser extent in Cambodia, Laos, and Myanmar. The Thai Cultural Ministry called for a ban on foreigners receiving religious tattoos in 2011, but this has not been enforced. As recently as the 1990s, Sakyan was still very much a Thai phenomenon, aside from a small number of foreign Muay Thai fighters or temple devotees who found their way into an Ajahn studio or temple. The late monk and tattoo master Luang Por Pin Titakan, whose statue now stands on the grounds of Wat Bang Praya, played a huge role in spreading the word about Sakyan, which has become widely popular among foreigners in recent years. Far from a mere aesthetic concern, the placement of spiritually charged Sakyan is crucial. In Southeast Asian culture, the head is considered the holiest part of the body, which is seen as increasingly based further down. Enough foreigners have riled pious locals by getting religious icons etched onto their legs that 15-meter billboards have been placed along the highway leading from Suvarnabhumi Airport to Bangkok that read, "It is wrong to use Buddha as a decoration or tattoo." For those ready to navigate the cultural minefield of getting a sacred tattoo, a few specific designs account for the bulk of Sakyan received by foreigners, with the Gao Yord, 9 pillars, or Ha Thea, or 5 stripes, atop the list. The former symbols the 9 peaks of the mystical Mount Meru, home of Brahma and other Hindu deities. It offers a range of protections and is preferred by male devotees, who usually have it tattooed on the back of their neck. The Hathaya bestows blessings for success and good luck, and is typically worn by female devotees on the left shoulder. The 5 lines are individually unique and vary from one tattoo master to another. All of these designs are composed of lines referring to the bones of Yant, and can be grouped according to their intended effect, ranging from boosting physical and political power and increasing romantic magnetism to attracting good luck and even being shielded from bullets and blades. Traditionally, each person will receive a sakyan that suits their place in society. This means a different design for a teacher, dancer, artist, or musician. Becoming an Ajahn is no small matter. To be Sakyan master, you have to practice meditation and study for many years with many other masters. You have to read and write ancient Khmer fluently. This is just the beginning. There is essentially a secret society where you have to find a really good master to pass on the knowledge you seek. Some masters test their disciples to make sure they are sincere and would not ruin their reputation. Although many go to a temple to be inked, Sakyan are traditionally done by layman tattoo masters. Tattooing is not a monk's duty, but in a Buddhist society, monks are the most respected figures after Buddha. So some people seek to be tattooed by a revered monk. Whether a devotee has opted for a small tattoo studio or an opulent temple, the traditional process of receiving a sakyan follows a similar protocol. After agreeing on the appropriate yan, the arjan, or monk, or rishui, uses a metal or bamboo rod with a needle attached to the end to lightly hammer the ink, traditionally containing charcoal and snake venom, among other ingredients, into the devotee's skin. Unlike the process of receiving an elaborate Japanese-style full bodysuit, which can take years if not decades, a sakyan is a relatively brief affair. Smaller tattoos, such as the popular Gaoyord, 9 pillars, or Ha Del, 5 stripes, take less than an hour to complete. Larger sakyan, such as Yan Sua, Tiger Yan, can take half a day or longer to complete. The inking process is only a small part of the experience. There's also a ritualistic aspect, which applies to both the tattoo master and the devotee. The application of sakyan involves the recitation of katra, mantras, by the sakyan master and the relationship between devotee and master. So the time invested is not just spent getting inked. It's important to remember that aesthetic considerations are secondary for sakyan wearers. The image is sacred only when devotees follow certain rules and adhere to the advice of their master. For the spiritual essence of sakyan to remain intact, it is believed that both the ajahn and the devotee must both live by the Sinha, 5 principles, which are essentially the 5 basic rules all Buddhists are called to follow in their lives. Upholding at least this modicum of purity keeps the yan from devolving into a state of sun, or entropy. Beyond this minimum standard, there is a host of other rules depending on the master, from not eating pumpkins or indulging in alcohol or drugs to never ducking under a specific type of banana tree. Please remember that first and foremost, this is a religious tradition, and as such should be treated as one. Never get a tattoo of the Buddha on any part of your body. Also remember, no matter how long you live or work in Thailand, you are a guest in their country. These traditions and beliefs of the people should always be respected and treated with reverence. Thank you for watching.